and avoid laxness, for you must not be lazy. Little Shramaneras, big Shramaneras, Bhikshus of the Sangha, Bhikshunis of the Sangha. Do not be lax, do not be lazy. Do not leave home and fail to cultivate. To leave home and not to cultivate is to neglect the Dharma. It is then just as if you had never left home. The ancients said, all day long, you can count up others' wealth when you haven't got half a cent yourself. If the Dharma you fail to cultivate, you're making the exact same mistake. Bank tellers, for example, handle other people's money all day, counting it up 1,000, 2,000, 10, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, so much money. But none of it belongs to them. They just carry it up for other people. If you do not cultivate the Buddha Dharma, it's just like counting other people's money. Those who have left home must cultivate the way. If you do not cultivate and insist upon being lazy, then do not leave home. Now we are vigorous in the day and night. In the morning, people recite sutras, and at night they recite sutras, such as the Vajra Sutra. This is a very good idea because you should cultivate and you should not be lazy. You should think over the doctrine presented here in the sutra. You should single-heartedly advance with vigor and avoid laxness. For laxness just means being lazy and not cultivating. Buddhas are difficult indeed to meet. The Buddhas, all of them, are extremely difficult to encounter. Encountered but once in a million years. It says a million years, but it may be several thousand, 10,000 millions of years before you meet a Buddha appearing in the world. Sutra. All of the disciples of the world-honored one, hearing of the Buddha's entry into Nirvana, each harbored grief and anguish. Why must the Buddha take extinction so soon? The sagely Lord, the Dharma King, they comforted the limitless multitude. After my passage into extinction, none of you should worry or fear, for the Bodhisattva virtual treasury, with respect to the non-outflow mark of reality, in heart has penetrated it totally. He will next become a Buddha by the name of pure body, and will also have saved uncounted multitudes. Commentary. All of the disciples of the world-honored one, the 8 sons of the Buddha, brightness of sun moon lamp, hearing of the Buddha's entry into Nirvana, when they heard that the Buddha was about to enter Nirvana, each harbored grief and anguish. Basically, they all had a great deal of samadhi power, but blood is thicker than water because they had the relationship of father and son, master and disciple with the Buddha. They were struck with grief and anguish. Each one of them wept. They felt anguish, and this means that they grew afflicted. The fact that they did so inwardly is indicated by the word harbored. They did not let their grief show. They kept it within their hearts. The tears fell inside their hearts. They most certainly didn't let it show. Why not? Because the word harbored proves that they kept it inside. Although their hearts were filled with sorrow, it didn't show. It wasn't like people now who carry so that the tears fall and their noses run. The tears fall and their noses run, but it's of no use whatsoever. That is why the 8 royal sons harbored grief and anguish and thought, why must the Buddha take extinction so soon? Why must he enter Nirvana so quickly? Who are we going to cultivate under now? We assumed that our father, the Buddha, would stay in the world forever, and at times we were lazy and so knocked off to take it easy. We didn't cultivate vigorously, and now, as they say, what a mess. It may be a mess, but there's nothing we can do about it now. They knew that their past actions were wrong. The sagely Lord, the Dharma King, the Buddha, is called the sagely Lord and also called the Dharma King, then comforted the limitless multitude. When the Buddha, brightness of sun, moon, lamp, saw his son weeping within the heart and saw that some of the other pupils were crying outwardly, faithfully, with bitter tears, his compassionate heart couldn't bear it, and so he confronted everyone by saying, "Don't cry, everyone. Don't grieve and don't mourn. Don't be so upset. Although I'm going to enter Nirvana after my passage into extinction, in the future none of you should worry or fear. Don't angry, don't fret, or be afraid. Why? For the Bodhisattva virtual treasury with respect to the non-outflow mark of reality, with respect to the Dharma door of the non-outflow real mark in heart has penetrated it totally. His heart has penetrated through the absence of outflows and understood the Dharma door of the real mark. What is meant by no outflows? It just means not flowing out. It means having no forms. Get rid of all your bad habits, your faults, your greed, hatred, and stupidity, pride and doubt, and break through ignorance. Once you have broken through ignorance, there are no outflows. If you haven't broken through ignorance, then you still have outflows. How does one break through ignorance? By studying the Buddha Dharma. If you study the Buddha Dharma until you understand it, then you will have no more ignorance. Why do you still have ignorance? It's just because you don't understand the Buddha Dharma. When something happens, you lose your temper and you get afflicted. When the state arrives, you can't take it. Why can't you take it? Because you don't understand the Buddha Dharma. If you understood the Buddha Dharma, ignorance would be broken and the Dharma nature would manifest. You would be far removed from all afflictions. There would be nothing good and nothing bad, no success and no failure. This is the wind and light of your native ground, your own family's treasure. When you have obtained it, you will have no more ignorance. If you have no ignorance, you will have no outflows. If you have no outflows, you obtain the real mark. You haven't obtained no outflows, then you haven't got the real mark. You don't understand the real mark. The Bodhisattva virtual treasury, however, has in heart penetrated the non-outflow real mark. Don't think you are so outstanding. Take a look at the Buddha, the Bodhisattva virtual treasury. He has already completely understood the non-outflow reality mark. He will next become a Buddha. After I have passed into extinction and entered Nirvana, he will become a Buddha by the name of purity. His name will be Pure Body, First Come One, and will also save uncounted multitudes. He will also cross over and release an unlimited number of living beings. Sutra. That night, the Buddha passed into extinction. As a flame dies once its fuel has been consumed. The Sharira were divided up, and limitless stupas built. The Bhikshus and Bhikshunis, their number like the Ganges standards, redoubled their vigor in advancing in their quest for the unsurpassed path. Commentary. That night the Buddha passed into extinction. The Buddha brightness of sun moon lamp on that day at midnight entered nirvana. As a flame dies once its fuel has been consumed. What is the fuel? What is the flame? The fuel in the small vehicle is said to be the body. The dying of the flame is the attainment of nirvana with residue. In the great vehicle, it is said that the living beings are the fuel, the firewood.